Good afternoon and welcome to the GDFL 1996 final series and its second semi-final day here this Sunday afternoon. And it's Bannockburn and Eastern Suburbs fight it out this afternoon for a spot in the 1996 GDFL Grand Final in a fortnight's time. And we have absolutely perfect conditions here at Godfrey Street, the home of the Thompson Tigers this afternoon. There's hardly any wind and the sun is out. And we've managed to get Rotten Ronnie Brain down again from APCO. He was working last night, but he's fired up again this afternoon for what should be a sensational day's football. And Ron, the weather, we just couldn't get any better the first day of spring, and it's certainly put it on for the final series.
One right out of the box, Jason, and good afternoon to all Guest Video 94.9 FM listeners here this afternoon. What a crackerjack day. The girls are wearing their T-shirts and they're looking absolutely sensational here as they're walking past the box. The boys have got those green cans in their hands, and I tell you what, we're set up here for a great game of Australian rules football this afternoon, Jason Doherty.
We certainly are. Now, Noel Fanning is somewhere around. He's going to be joining us in the commentary box this afternoon. He's getting some food. Is he? He's getting Ron some lunch.
Well, that's very appreciative of our director partner, Noel Fanning. Now, look, fellas, get back to this game. Conditions here, there's no excuses whatsoever. I think it'll probably assist Bannockburn because there's no wind, and skills will be at a premium today, in which Bannockburn own many skills. Under pressure, doesn't matter, they've got it all over the ground.
Well, there's a few changes in the Eastern Suburbs side. Dylan Smith and Tony Morrow and David Peters are back in the side, and a couple of changes. Mick Lovell, I know, is out of the side from last week's game.
Very surprised that you change your winning combination.
Well, probably a bit of extra forward line potency with Morrow coming back from an injury, and Shorty Peters, we know what he can do. Shorty would love this conditions. You go for the big mark, the shortest man on the ground.
Alistair Broad picking up Peter Lang, who looks like he's starting on a forward flank or maybe resting in the pocket. I'm not sure, but he's well up the ground. Now, I know past history means nothing, but Peter Lang, each time they've played Bannockburn, hasn't done very well.
We'll see how he goes this afternoon.
He is the Guest Video Cup holder for 96. Congratulations, Peter Lang, on a great season, and good luck to you today, son. I hope you play well for the suburbs.
The central umpires this afternoon are Cameron Duthie and David Chastity. Cameron Duthie has the ball in hand to start the first quarter, second semi-final about to begin. Goes up in the ruck with Moore. It comes down towards Fulston coming off his wing. Radford can't get the first possession of the day. Loughton coming in from centre half back. Goes to Ronnie Pilgrim, who gets a kick away. Grosdanowski's back there. Looks like he might be loose. Matty Pilgrim and Luke Thompson. There is Grosdanowski now. Handball, left handball. Not very far. Gordon Collins for the safety of the boundary line at half forward for the Tigers. Sees it over for the first boundary throw in.
The butcher boy, I'll call him. Works down there at McCusker's Meats there in Norman Road, East Geelong, as Gordon Collins, and that's why he's pretty tough. But I tell you what, the meat's not so tough. Well done from the young fella, as we see the throw in now. Opportunity East, good hand pass. But good pressure there from young Radford. Forced Flanagan off the ground completely. He kept it in play, but again, Eastern Suburbs defending very well down here and have forced it over the line. Out of bounds on the member side, half forward flank. Bannockburn into attack. There's a whistle there on play, and it's going to go against Andy Reuter, up against the unknown quantity, Peter Moore, the rookie ruckman for the Bannockburn Tigers. Oh, he kicks it long. Andrews could have been paid the mark. No, said the umpire, as with the ball kicked out of defence. Pack of players formed now at half forward for Bannock. East with that new haircut. Very interesting one too, I must say. I'd sue the barber, as we see Broad now go across to the centre half forward. And a nice mark taken out there, and it's Wayne Colliger, the 33 Guernsey, who loves to run. But the umpire said, no, not today. You've got to go back behind your mark.
Colliger now goes to the lead. Oh, Andrews out on a long lead too in front of Rowbottom. He's got the job on the full forward again this afternoon. And Andrews, the drainer, takes the mark at 45.
20 metres behind him.
He was, certainly. And Shane has kicked 89 goals, I think, this season.
That's a nice call, Jason.
Thank you for that. He's got to kick 11 for the 100. He's won the Thomas Jewellers Award for the leading GDFL goal kicker this year, and he comes in off his Dennis Lilly run-up as usual, comes in and kicks inside 50 with the left boot, and it's going there. I think it's worked in, and, well, I think it's been touched on the line. In fact, it might have been touched by Rowbottom on the mark.
Yes, it was.
Yes, and one behind to Shane Andrews this afternoon.
A lovely kick off the boot by Andrews, but the central umpire overruled the goal umpire saying that it was touched off the boot. So there we are. Ball brought back into play. Members side. In front, not marked there by Clinton Shaw. Comes to ground level. Roworth under pressure. Got a high tackle. Got it to Flanagan, who copped one a bit high again. Andy Reuter in the thick of things early stages. Obviously instructed by Coach Ricky Thompson to put a bit of pressure on the Tigers early.
Goes short towards Troy Colliger, and Corrigan finds him. Radford standing the mark just inside the 50-metre line. He goes short again, and sitting and waiting and taking the mark, Christian Shaw. So Butch from about 40 metres out, and Fulston going back on the mark. So Butch Shaw now a long way back. He runs in, the same as Andrews on the left boot now, comes in, and this time I think he might have just missed it. He has. Another behind.
It's a bad miss.
It is. Got to get those early goals. So one behind to Christian Shaw and Bannockburn second. They lead by that margin. LBW Charlie counts first quarter scoreboard. And going 3 minutes in this match, Rowbottom to kick in again. Goes the torpedo punt that he's renowned for, and it's a big one too. It goes 65, Lang in front, behind Broad. Falls towards Matty East, can't pick it up. Loughton is, he's Shaw. Was going to give it to Radford, then goes on his right boot, goes in the vacant centre position. Getting back there, Wayne College, not a good bounce. Running through Mick O'Leary, tackle without the footy, and we'll get the free kick. The vice-captain of the Eagles side.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? He had the ball, forced the tackle, squeezed it out, so he didn't actually use the ball by hand or foot. Should have been play on for mine.
Mick O'Leary now goes long towards full forward, coming up behind Robbie Reuter. It falls to the back of the pack. Matty East is going to get there, and coming at pace is Matty Hobbs. It's kicked through by Hobbs. And it's one behind to Eastern Suburbs, so they're on the board this afternoon in the second semi-final.
And hopefully for Eastern Suburbs' point of view that Matthew Hobbs can continue his great form of last week. Getting a vote off the guest video commentators.
Yes, was one of their best players last week in their win over Thompson. We saw the Tigers yesterday defeat Werribee Centrals to keep their finals hopes alive and play the loser of this match in next week's preliminary final. The kick in is straight down the ground towards the big man Moore, and he takes a safe mark. Handball off quickly. Puts Nathan Rose under pressure. Colliger gets out of a pack. Then he gets wrapped up, and that's dropping the ball. He bounced it as Fullstone had tackled him. So Fulston now. Allison gives him the lead. He's going to go in that direction. He just sets it up for the big man, and the big man takes a good mark. And the 17-year-old full forward takes a good mark off a good lead and has a chance to put the first goal on the board this afternoon.
Good luck to the men in white who have got total control. Good whistle early. And so far, Cameron Duthie, Dave Chester doing a fine job for the men in white here, the Geelong District Football Umpires League.
So Allison now to put the first goal on the board. And it's a good kick off the boot, and it's straight through the middle. A good start for the youngster, a good start for the Eagles. The first goal of the second semi-final, Justin Ellison.
Yeah, nice start, good build-up there. Lovely pass too off the boot of the big fella.
No, Fulston it was actually, I think.
Fulston, I should say, yeah. Well, actually, he's got a heart as big as Peter Lang, and a very accomplished young footballer is Alexis Fulston, who received that free kick at centre-half forward. A lovely pass, good lead too there, completed by the 17-year-old Justin Ellison, who is a very handy acquisition to the Eagles this afternoon.
Back in the centre now, Moore gets it down towards Corey Flanagan, can't pick it up, Fulston can. He was going to handball to O'Leary, he elects to kick towards half forward Irving, and getting back there Wentworth, playing in his 100th game. He still follows up, Irving punched it away from him, then he gets a push in the back, and we'll get a free kick. Umpire Chaston.
The Chicken Hawk, as he's known, interesting nickname for the vice-captain of Bannockburn, Paul Wentworth. But there was no Chicken Hawk there. He was hard at it and in front, got the push, and a well-deserved free kick for the vice-captain of the Bannockburn side. Goes inboard, finds Flanagan, takes the mark in front of O'Leary at half-back. Corey Flanagan, right foot kick, a nice kick too, straight down the ground. Good knock away there from Andy Reuter to Radford. Good tap onto Shane Wimbridge. The dashing half-back flanker goes long, and Ellison comes out in front of Paul Smith. And ominous signs for the Bannockburn side. Good football from the Eagles. Ellison now an opportunity from 45 metres. Distance could hinder the young fella. Let's see how he goes. Conditions perfect here today. Sun is shining. Yes, the ball just slews to the right side of his boot. Doesn't make full distance either. Touched off hands. He's probably only good for 35, 40 metres out, Jason, at the moment.
Yep, he certainly is.
He'll develop.
Yeah, he certainly will. And that was a good mark in front of Paul Smith. So they go to 1-2-8 Eastern Suburbs. Bannockburn 2 behinds. LBW Chartered Accountants first quarter scoreboard. To kick in by Delahunt comes members side looking for Corrigan. Big thump away. Matty East and Wembridge. Wembridge has got the job on him this afternoon. Handball to College. He can handball to Flanagan. He does now, or then put him under a bit of pressure, but he got away from it. Oh, then he slips over. Hobbs has got the job on him by the looks of it this afternoon. Lang, slick handball to Fulston. Over the top to O'Leary. The good 1-2-3. Oh, O'Leary gets around easily. Broad comes at him. Nobody goes for goal, and he's kicked it. Good kick, Mick O'Leary. And they're fired, the boys.
They certainly are. Poor football. I've got to be very critical of the 69 Guernsey. The vice-captain, Troy Colliger, held the ball too long and actually telegraphed what he was going to do eventually. And then when he did give the hand pass to Flanagan, he was collared. Needless to say, the turnover and a great goal off the boot of Mickey O'Leary for the Eagles.
So, Eastern Suburbs kick their second. They're 2-2-14. Bannockburn 2 behinds. The LBW Chartered Accountants first quarter scoreboard. And we've been playing 8 minutes in this first term, so the Eagles have started well. Back in the centre, Moore and Reuter. Moore's able to stand there and hit it towards McGough, who rides the bump and then can't get it away effectively. Free kick found for a high tackle. It's going to go to Bannockburn, and that's Corrigan in the middle. Richie Corrigan now, the lead short from Clinton Shaw. He ignores it. He goes laterally towards Troy Colliger. He's got a bit of time to set something up now. Nappies takes a bounce, has got nothing to kick to, just a poor left foot kick. Christian Shaw, Grozdanovsky tackles him, but he gets the ball away. Matty East, Rundle came in hard on him. And over the ball, he gets it away East. It's still in there in the pack now, and umpire Chaston had come in and bounced the ball to about 35 out from the Bannockburn goal. Good play, Alan Rundle there, getting up as usual, last off the pack.
Yeah, very hard at it, and got 2 votes on his last effort from guest video commentators in that qualifying final.
He did. O'Leary can't pick it up. Ronnie Pilgrim's there. O'Leary just taps it away. Goes to Christian Shaw. He was on his left, then handball back to Wayne Colliger at 50. Oh, he's wrapped up. He throws the ball back to Matty Pilgrim. They're under pressure, the Tigers. Troy Colliger's got it now. Now he just has to settle, but Lang came at him. He dodged him. He goes along with the right boot. Open, square. Is it going to bounce the right way? No, it hasn't. And Troy Colliger, 1 behind on the board. There's third, Bannockburn. They trail Eastern Suburbs 2-2-14 on the LBW Chartered Accountants first quarter scoreboard.
Bottom now. Likes to come to the members' side of the ground, looking for Peter Lang in front. Good contest there, Alistair Broad, who's obviously running with him for the day because Lang is on the ball and so is Broad. He's gone with him.
Well, there's a few matchups this afternoon, and Hobbs looks like he's got Corey Flanagan. And as we said, Broad on Lang. Falls to the back of that ruck contest to Lout, and he's pushed off the ball. Matty Pilgrim in there with McGough and also Hobbs. And umpire Chaston had come in and ball it up at 55. Tigers attacking.
And your selection, Jason?
Bannockburn by 3 goals, I think.
3 goals, Bannockburn by 7. Okay. Good work there from Reuter. Got it to ground level. Loughton, a little quick kick, but was well smothered off the boot, and it throws the boundary umpire into action, and he'll have to throw it back into play now on members' side centre wing, just to the right of the commentary position here. Sun streaming down, conditions perfect. Reuter plucks it out of the air, hand pass though intercepted by Matty East. Good hand pass to Broad, left foot kick to centre half forward. Well marked O'Leary, and he started very well. Important piece of machinery here for the Eastern Suburbs side, Michael O'Leary. And the vice-captain of the Eagles now drives them forward. A lovely kick too up to half. Forward over the back of the pack. A screamer. Nathan Murray put his name on that one and takes a great grab for the Eagles.
Pushes it high towards Lang going up. Had his name written on it. Couldn't take the mark. In front, Christian Shaw. He's tackled by Robbie Reuter. Comes to the back of the pack now. The Tigers. Little quick kick out towards East. That came from Troy Colliger. If it sits, he's in. He is. He's got a bit of time, and he's also got the big man on the wing, Peter Moore, coming back. Hobbs. Moore can't take the mark. Good work by Hobbs. Pushes it back towards Corey Flanagan. He's tackled. Let's go with the ball. Radford's there. He's got support. Wembridge is one of them. He gets shepherded well by Radford. Oh, Hobbs was off before he had it. Then gives it back to Wembridge. A little bit of pressure now, but Wembridge is good enough. He gives it back to Hobbs, who looked up before he had the footy again for the second time. Oh, very lucky though. Umpire Duthie saw that he was in trouble and gave him a free kick for a push.
Yeah, he gets the big ruckman. A little bit awkward, I think. That's clinch. The big ruckman for Bannockburn. Peter Moore infringing there.
Oh, good mark. Nathan Rose running across there in front of Fulston, and Hobbs, poor kick there. Rose now switches play to the outer side, looking for Well, nobody, Colliger it was, but Grozdanovsky easy. Took the mark, goes to his left boot wide. Great kick, great vision, McGough. And Colliger getting back there to stand the mark. So he couldn't run off. And Craig McGough to be kicking from about 50 metres out.
Eagles playing very confident football, Jason, early stages.
They are. They had a good win last week against Thompson. And following that on in this first quarter, McGough now kicks in towards Lang. Murray from behind, can't take the mark. And Steve Delahunt just sees it through for a rush behind for the Suburbs. So they go to 2-3-15 Eastern Suburbs, and Bannockburn 3 behinds on the LBW Chartered Accountants first quarter scoreboard. 12.5 minutes gone in this first term. And the Eagles have been doing most of the attacking. Short, the kick, and it's okay. Goes towards Henderson. In fact, it was Ronnie Pilgrim. Up towards Wayne College now at half-back. He's going to be tackled by Irving, but he gets his kick away up towards Loughton and Clinton Shaw now. Loughton getting back first. Shaw right next to him. He's holding on to him. No free kick. Pushing the back, was it? Yes, it was. And umpire Chaston says free kick to Brent Loughton at half-back on the outer side. Wind not a factor this afternoon, as in our first 3 finals games here at Godfrey Street. Goes up towards O'Leary, Wentworth, Grozdanovsky at the back and handball over the top. They've created the loose player here. It's Nathan Murray at half forward now. Can switch it back in towards Allison. Smith next to him. Good punch away, Smith. Falls towards College and now at centre half back. Handball out wide to Matty East. Has to sit for it for a while, but he's got a bit of time. Under his right now, goes wide towards Flanagan. Can he make the ground? He can't do so. Hobbs right next to him. It's out of bounds in front of the commentary box here on the centre wing. And we'll have another boundary throw in.
Well, Bannockburn should be very fresh, having the week off. Sometimes it can be more of a hindrance than a help, but at the moment I think it's more of a hindrance, as we see that over the back of the back foot, Shaw got up to Flanagan. Boundary throw in there at centre wing, members side of Godfrey Street here for the second semi-final GDFL footy for 96 on Guest FM 94.9 on your dial. Hope you enjoyed the kick-by-kick description here at the ground. Narracast Country Football.
Ball up now by umpire Chaston. Moore and Roy to do the ruck work. Moore is going to have his right fist to it. Troy Colliger and Flanagan. Oh, they raffle it. Flanagan now has got it. Short little kick's good. Clinton Shaw made the lead for him, anticipated, and took a mark in front of Loughton at half forward. The lead's on from the drainer, Andrews. He goes in that direction. Oh, good mark. Oh, no, not paid. Didn't hold it long enough. Grozdanovsky was getting back there, holding the ball. Free kick is against Corrigan, and Darryl Rowbottom is going to take the free kick.
Would have been a spectacular grab had Andrews taken it, because he did all the right things, got up there and got both hands around the leather, but couldn't control the ball to ground, as Butch Shaw can, though. A left foot poke out there to the half-forward flank, looking there for Andrews, well up the ground, and his direct opponent's 35 metres away from him in Darryl Rowbottom.
I'll have to be careful of that this afternoon as we welcome Noel Fanning to the Guest FM commentary box for the first time today. Noel, good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Jason. I might just add to you that Ocean Grove have got up comfortably in the reserves down there at Torquay today.
Thank you for that. Goes out the lead there from Andrews. Good kick too, Matty Pilgrim, and finds the drainer. And we'll have another kick for goal from about 40 metres out. And
I'm not late.
No, you weren't. You were...
I was called into the GDFL executive just now to sort a few matters out. It's because our cameraman didn't hang up the Country FM banner. So I was asked to do that, and that's what I've been doing.
Okay. Well, goes wide. The kick from Andrews, and Andrew Reuter back there, the ruckman for the Suburbs, takes the mark, and was being called to kick over his mark. And a bit of a limp there on Darren Rowath, the Tigers' forward pocket player, as he stands the mark. Reuter now. He's got Loughton out at half back. He's going to go in that direction. Pack around him. Colliger up there at the front. Hobbs. Little kick away. Oh, Luke Thompson overran it. Now Corrigan sets it up high for Andrews. 2 against him. Reuter comes from behind. He's going to have 2 against him all day by the looks of it. Rundle bursting through from half back. Good kick. Wembridge. They got the numbers now in midfield. Oh, poor kick. They're going to put McGough under pressure. Oh. Can he pick it up? He can. Wentworth with him. He gets around him and East, then gives the handball back to Wembridge. He could have handballed, but then he goes wide towards Lang. Broad right next to him. Punched it away at the second attempt. Paul Smith and Ellison now. Broad. Ellison turns around. The big man. He can go for goal number 2. I think he's done it.
The under 18s like it, Jace.
He's done
Great
it too.
goal.
Great goal.
Gee, poor defensive football, Peter Smith. Deary me. Paul Smith, I should say, the assistant coach, got nowhere near the ball.
And then Broad overran it as well. Ellison stood over the ball for a while, picked it up, and just the presence of mind to put it on the boot steady and kick his second.
Great goal, and not good signs for the Tigers. I know it's on the early stages, but... The Eagles are flying high at the present time.
Magnificent, Ron. And Peter Lang's got a stone in his feet. He
does.
that ball over there, and he dropped to his knees. You think he thought he had it second bite. If he had stayed on his feet, he would have caught that.
3-3-21 Eastern Suburbs. Bannockburn 3 points. LBW Chartered Accountants first quarter scoreboard.
Goes to the middle now. Christian Shaw wrapped up by Hobbs and Reuter from that ruck contest. And umpire Duthie to come in and bounce the ball again.
7.5 minutes gone, Jace, of the first term. Eagles doing it comfortably.
They certainly are. Moore and Reuter. Good bounce too. Gives both ruckmen a chance. They tap it towards Wembridge. He can't trap it at the first attempt. Little handball to East is good. Matty Pilgrim now. Right foot kick, Corrigan and Thompson slip over. And they both have to chase it again. Loughton over there for Eastern Suburbs, but he'll see it over the boundary line. At half forward for the Tigers member side. And the big men come down to do the ruck work at half forward. Good throw in too. Hobbs in front. Gets a punch down. Pilgrim and McGough tackled as he gets his little kick away. Fulston surrounded by Tigers. Christian Shaw there. And too close to the boundary line. Another throw in. A bit closer to the wing now. 3-3-21 Eastern Suburbs. Bannockburn 3 behinds. And thrown in. Moore in front. Reuter behind. Moore to Nathan Rose. Left foot kicks okay. Corey Flanagan coming at it. He can pick it up and handball to College. A good handball too. Roworth calls it long, but good vision towards Andrews and Clinton Short. 2 now. Can they get it? Rowbottom comes through. Can't pick it up. He's got support though. Loughton's back there. The Suburbs bottle up free kick. High tackle and Brent Loughton is going to get the free kick to relieve the pressure for the Eagles.
Yeah, doing very well at centre-half back is Brett Loughton, the league representative too for 96 for GDFL footy. Rocker Gibraltar at centre-half back, the left footer,
Kick.
superb, and hits Peter Lang right on the chest there on the outer side half-back flank. Lovely football, Lang as well, and finds, it looks like young Irving, is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Danny Irving, very impressive in the qualifying final as well. A lovely kick, long bomber, beauty. And Grozanowski at centre-half forward this afternoon, which was an interesting one, Jason.
Yeah, he's floating around a bit actually because he's been down in the back line. Goes to torpedo punt in front, Lang, and easy as you like. Broad was 2 metres behind him there.
Was Grozanowski named on the bench?
He
in the
was,
paper?
yes.
I can't believe that. I gave him a vote last week.
Well, I think Mick Thompson would just be playing a little bit of cat and mouse, I think, with the Bannockburn side.
And so far it's working.
There's the tallest rover in the league with the football, Ron.
Yes, and the longest lived as well. Is,
The oldest man on the ground?
Yes, a man
What about Stormy Winter? Would be close to
32.
it?
He's not on the ground though, Noel. We see now.
He's not even on the bench.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
he's
is.
on the bench. But
Well,
he's not on
don't
the ground.
contradict yourself.
The ground and the bench are two different things.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, he's a playing member of the
gotcha.
side, and he
Gotcha.
put that straight
Sorry,
through the middle,
mate.
did Peter Lang.
Yeah, the school teacher's wrong again.
Surprise, surprise. Lang's first goal and Eastern Suburbs fourth. They're doing it comfortably. 4-3-27. Bannockburn 3 behind. 4 goals of difference on the LBW Chartered Accountants first quarter scoreboard. We've been going 20 minutes in this first term.
Nice goal, Peter Lang.
Yes, and well, the Tigers just got to turn around and look at the footy. Grozanowski took an uncontested mark at centre forward and then turned around, kicked it to Lang and did the same thing.
Well, this is what exactly Werribee Centrals did to the Bannockburn side at about round 17. We could have a repeat performance as Reuter takes the ruck work uncontested.
Ooh, Ronnie Pilgrim gave one to Andrew Reuter to go on with. Hobbs pushed it out towards the wing. He's got Richie Corrigan right next to him. Then he slips over
Holding
again.
the ball.
He slips over again, Richie Corrigan. I think he needs the new boots. Or Lang gets one high. Could have got a free kick. None forthcoming from umpire Chaston. And it's going to be a bounce down. And I think Richie Corrigan needs to call for the extra for the spikes, the long ones.
Well, I mean, the ground has had a lot of rain on it, Jason, and he's got those stupid moulded soles, which I think you'll find not many players would be wearing them on the surface here today.
The umpires are. So what are you saying about the umpires?
Oh, but they don't play football. There's no twisting and turning, not under pressure.
Well, there should be. Lang goes in hard and...
What do you mean there should be? An umpire doesn't have to twist and turn under pressure.
Jeez, it's good to have you two back in the commentary box today. Takes
he's got
the
to
pressure
turn
off
around and
me.
run. If the ball goes over his head, he's got to turn and sprint.
Yeah,
Blood rule?
I don't call
Blood
that
rule.
pressure.
And Fulston it is for Eastern Suburbs. So Dylan Smith rips off the jacket and back from the Mount Buller ski trip from last week. He's on the ground for Fulston.
Interesting, isn't it? Would you play him?
Very lucky boy to be in the 21 for mine.
Me too.
I share a house with him, so I can't say anything.
Well,
I wouldn't have him in the side.
Now he's
either,
got
I
his
think.
chance. He needs to prove
I
us.
said to him this morning before he
prove us
left, he
pretty
needs to have a big game this afternoon to show us that he really deserves to be in the side. Lang and more. Lang easy. Well, here he comes straight at it. Shepard's for McGough. So he's done okay in the first 30 seconds. Wentworth in his 100th game. Oh, poor kick, McGough. Easy. Goes long. Reuter against Delahunt. Reuter in front. Robbie strong. And this man would be closest to the oldest man on the ground.
But he's not.
He looks it too.
Okay. He looks it too. There's not much of him. There's not much of him, Robbie, in weight or hair. But he can play the game. He can play the mark. He can play the game.
He's only 40 metres out here. I've got a real good show here.
You've put him down for a goal already, haven't you? Well, you've put the Moz on him again. Goes long. Smith, big punch away. Hits Henderson on the head. Wentworth now just sees it over the boundary line next to the behind post.
Just grasping a little bit at straws, Bannockburn, at the moment, aren't they? They appear to be sort of trying too hard, and it's just all not falling into
I can
place.
also tell you that Grovedale absolutely eliminated St Albans easy.
Yes, I heard they were 6 goals up at half-time, so they've done it easy, the Grovey, out at Western Oval in the GFL finals.
In the curtain raiser.
In the elimination final.
That's made my day.
Handball. Reuter chops it off, turns around. Robbie.
Of course it's made Ron's day, Jace. It's another one of his past players' clubs, Grovedale.
That's
right.
right.
Why we don't have him most of the season, because he's off to past players' functions.
East Belmont, Bannockburn, Grovedale, Newtown.
Newtown, name your pig.
Robbie Reuter, a point there for Eastern Suburbs.
Actually, the umpires don't have past players' days, do they? Really? That's just a bit sad, really.
Thank goodness.
Talk to Ray Edwards about that.
That's another set he had one off too.
4-4-28. Eastern Suburbs, Bannockburn 3 behind. Henderson kicks in, goes long towards Ronnie Pilgrim and also Troy Colliger. More at the front, roving. Just tries to push it back towards Colliger, pushing the back there to Alan Rundle. And Radar, the skipper, plays on quickly, gives it to McGough. Oh, Reuter out on the half-forward flank open, but he goes towards Murray, and Henderson just a big left fist away over the boundary line. And it's a boundary throw-in about 35 metres around from the Suburbs goal. You mean you umpire and you take the mickey out of them all the time?
My word. I call it as I see it, Jason, and I used to probably get a little bit of mickey taken out of me too, but at the end of the day, the players...
You still get the mickey taken out of you.
East now from half-back for the Bannockburn side.
Pace.
Good kick too, and Matty Pilgrim with pace in front of Luke Thompson there. He's got Wayne Colliger. He goes in that direction now. Loughton coming at him, punch on. O'Leary, Clinton Shaw coming, also Stormy Winner on the ground. Over the top there, pushed out the back towards Collins. Good play. Loughton tackled, gets the handball away towards Stormy. Can he start something? Clinton Shaw there, little kick off the ground. Grovstanovsky, who's had a good first quarter again, followed on from last week. High kick just outside defensive 50, going up, taking a great mark. Looks like put short.
That is the butcher.
He goes long with his left, row bottom. Andrews from behind, punched away in front. Clinton Shaw, handball to Corey Flanagan, also Grovstanovsky. Grovstanovsky can settle play down for the Suburbs and the safety of the boundary line.
They are really panicky, Bannockburn. They look a very second-rate side at the moment, I must say. Clinton Shaw, why did he do what he did? He handballed unnecessarily.
Yeah, he could have turned around and kicked the goal there. Comes towards Radford from that ruck contest. Goes wide towards Moore, Rundle, and Broad getting back there. Big thump in front. It's not going to pass well for East, though, and it's going to be another boundary throw-in.
North Melbourne 21 points in front at quarter time, and the Fremantle Dockers doing it easy over Fitzroy.
As expected.
So Hawthorn will be pretty happy with that first quarter score with North Melbourne up. Wembridge traps it, gives it towards Radford, puts him under pressure. Oh, East, but it's a holding decision against the Bannockburn side there. Radford goes wide. Oh, he's got two. They can raffle it. Grovstanovsky and also McGough. Grovstanovsky gets it on the wing. Irving gives him the lead at centre half foot. He goes longer though. Henderson and Murray coming across though, taking a good mark. Christian Shaw at half back. Now can he set something up for the Tigers? They haven't kicked a goal in this first term. Good kick.
Yeah.
Wayne College, you can run onto it too. He's running from half back. He's taking a bounce. He runs just inside the centre square. Andrews and Rowbottom. Andrews. Rowbottom works very hard. Good play, Rowbottom. And can he keep it? He can't. Good play by Clinton Shaw to give it back to Andrews. And a free kick. Well, it's going to be a goal anyway. Shane Andrews has turned around and kicked the goal. And, well, Rowbottom went for the boundary line, just couldn't quite get it. Clinton Shaw trapped it.
And they all stopped the Eastern Suburbs blokes because they thought it was going to go over the boundary line.
They anticipated like
well,
that.
I thought it was out
that
there
umpire
too.
did yesterday morning in the under-17 grand final.
He did. That's right. Tried to anticipate the boundary umpire putting the whistle into his mouth and couldn't.
26 minutes it's taken Bannockburn to draw first blood here this morning, or I should say this afternoon.
This morning. Where are you, Ron?
Where am I?
You're at Godfrey Street.
Well,
Thompson.
I've been calling junior football, senior football, you name it, I've been doing it, and I tell you, it is quarter to three, isn't it? Thank you very much, Peter Cooper. Our guest video technician downstairs, just patrolling the dry area, as we see now that an opportunity for McGough. Oh, yeah, good work.
Clean bowled him.
Clean bowled Peter Lang, and it allows Flanagan in now. Right foot kick. Looks for Clint Shaw. Now let's just see what he does here. You know, he can't control it, and yeah, I wouldn't be too happy with that effort either, Clint, because that's twice he's gone for the ball and twice he's fumbled.
Nerves.
And obviously, yep.
And a week off footy too, probably. Hasn't helped.
Yep.
Reuter gets his big fist to it. Clinton Short turns out was waiting for a big tackle, but wasn't. McGough, short
He's
little kick.
McGough.
He is. East getting back there. Can he trap it? Henderson straight through. Gives him a bit of room. Pushing the back though. And it's going to go to Bannockburn.
There, Mick.
Matty East to take it. Switches play. And Stormy on the ground. The coach, Stephen Winner. Yeah.
He's the oldest man out there.
Short little kick to Pilgrim's okay, and they do this a lot. This little chip kicks, and now he plays on, goes long towards centre half forward, coming out Andrews. He's got the set, can't take the mark. Moore roved well for the ruckman. Handball was very quick towards Corrigan.
Shocking handball.
Luke Thompson and Corrigan see it over the boundary line.
Well, what hope did the player at the other end of that handball have?
Oh, would have broke his rib cage if it had hit him.
Poor football.
Yeah.
Boundary throw in 4-4, plays 1-3. The Suburbs in front. Boundary throw in Moore, coming over the back. Clinton Shaw takes it out of the ruck. Tried to give it towards Colliger. Coming across Gordon Collins on hands and knees. Got one high, no free kick, just inside 50. Radford plays the Harlem Globetrotters with the football there. Wembridge now. Short little kick out towards the wing. Broad and Lang. Broad leads in the race. Picks it up. Can handball towards. Oh, he goes into the fence.
There's nothing in it though. Lang
no, just went at the footy and tried to handball to Christian Shaw, but he couldn't keep it in. And boundary throw in again, Moore in front, Reuter from behind. Now Reuter works to the front, gets both hands to it. Flanagan gets a hand to it also. Hobbs just pushed it in front of him. Wembridge, who's had a good first quarter as well over the top. Flanagan on the top as well. And umpire Chasson to come in and bounce the ball on the wing.
28.5 minutes gone to the first quarter. LBW bringing the first term, 139. Bannockburn, 4-4-28. Handy 19-point leaders, Eastern Suburbs. The underdogs here this afternoon in the second semi-final of GDFL footy for 96.
Reuter gets a big thump too. Matty East, he's got Broad in support, but Wembridge just sees him over the boundary line.
It was a good thump too, wasn't it?
It was a very good thump, and that's going to be a big tussle this afternoon, Peter Moore. A big job on Andy Reuter, the runner-up in the Whitley medal this year. He's had a standout season for the Eagles. He's in front again, takes it out of the ruck easily. Look at him, mobile, gets around onto his right foot, vision two towards Murray. Henderson gets one hand to it. Murray again fighting with him. Matthew Easton Smith in there also. Henderson. Good work, Henderson, to give it to Butch Shaw. Now Butch, a short little kick towards Flanagan. It's too wide for him though. Hobbs getting back there. He's got Loughton in support. Hobbs just to see it over the boundary line. And Ronnie Brain, just Peter Moore. Not your cup of tea?
Too soft.
Well, at quarter time, Eastern Suburbs are in control, 4-4-28. They lead Bannockburn 1-3-9. As Ron said, that Bannockburn goal came at the 26-minute mark of that first term. The goals for Eastern Suburbs, 2 to the full forward Ellison, 1 to O'Leary and 1 to Lang. And for Bannockburn, that 1 goal to Andrews. So it's 19 points of difference at quarter time, and I think that might have been the scoreline in yesterday's match also, with Thompson and Werribee Central's 4-4-1-3 at quarter time. But the Suburbs just control that first term quite easily, and some of the better players in that first term, boys.
Well, I think
Eastern Suburbs had plenty.
Yeah, Craig McGough would be best on the ground at the moment, in my opinion. And I think Peter Lang's creating a bit of havoc up there around the forward line again for the Suburbs. Although he hasn't had a lot of the ball, he's kicked one, hasn't he?
He has.
And he's certainly setting a couple of other options up for them.
You've got to mention the young 17-year-old, Justin Ellison.
Yes, and number 47 has played well for them too, I think.
Peter Grozanowski.
Yes, he has. Yep. Bannockburn.
Harder to find for Bannockburn.
Oh, Butch Shaw was probably clearly the best player.
I thought Matty East had a lot of the footy.
Matty East and I thought Corey Flanagan battled hard for them in that quarter as well. But other than that,
they seem to be showing more nerves, Ron.
Yes, they are very nervous, Bannockburn, and one would have thought that, the side of their composure and skill would have been able to put that behind them and attack the ball graciously, as they've done all season. But at the minute, are struggling here at Godfrey Street Oval in the second semi-final, trailing by 19 points.
Yes, it's 4-4-28 Eastern Suburbs, Bannockburn 1-3-9. Back with all the action on 94.9 Guest FM of the second semi-final after this.